Hello people of YouTube, I'm Logan of the Rose Kingdom, and welcome to my first deck profile, I guess I can say. So, Noah has been probably saying stuff about me making a deck profile because I have a lot of decks. Heck, this little box right here is just all my decks I'm making. I've got a deck and a half in this, and one more deck right here. So we're going to look at my main deck though, and these are the Blackwings. This is a deck that came around in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, and this is my favorite deck I've ever ran. Actually, I built the Blackwing deck because I built a hodgepodge deck of just random cards when I was a kid. But the Blackwings were the best cards I got. So let's first look at the low. So this deck is a Synchro deck as well, which relies on Synchro monsters as well. And this deck relies on swarming, filling up the field fast with any and all monsters as possible. Now, first I'm going to show you the level 2s. My first level 2 is Blackwing Mistral the Silver Shield. He's not a useful one that most people run, but I just run him because, well, he's a nice one to at least protect me for a turn. Because whenever he's destroyed and sent to the field to graveyard, next damage calculation I take that turn is reduced to 0. So, yeah. The next level 2 tuner I run at 2 is Blizzard the Far North. Blizzard, when normal summoned, can special a level 4 or lower Blackwing from grave. Now, you can't special summon Blizzard, so there's a problem with that. A new monster that came out in the Return of the Blink set was Blackwing Pinaki the Waxing Moon. He's a nice one. Whenever he's sent from field to graveyard, during that end phase, you can add any Blackwing to hand. He's really nice, so I run him at 2. Now, if you do not run this guy at 3, you are not running a Blackwing deck well. 3, Kalute the Moonshadow. Kalute is your baby. If a monster is attacking or is attacked, you can drop him from hand to graveyard and increase that Blackwing's attack by 1400. And finally, we have Gale the Whirlwind. This one is awesome. Gale can be special summoned as long as you control any Blackwing other than Gale. And the fun part about Gale is it can have the attack and defense of any monster on the field. Now, to those who question it, this effect lingers. Even after Gale is gone, that halve is permanent. Yep. At level 4, I got Zephyros the Elite. I only run him at 1. When he's in the graveyard, just return a face-up card to your hand, special him by paying 400, and then special him back and do whatever if you want with him. 2, Shura the Blue Flame, and I say Shura. If people say Shura, but I say Shura. Deal with it. Shura, if this card attacks and destroys a monster and sends it to the graveyard, so like if this thing attacks a pendulum monster, this effect doesn't kick. You can special a Blackwing with 1500 or less attack from your deck. Like, you can't, like, add a Gale and then next turn Synchro. Bora the Spear. This guy is cool because, you can special him as long as you control a Blackwing other than this one. And he inflicts piercing, so if he attacks a defense position, he feels the difference. Yeah. And another Blackwing that came out during Return of the Bling, Blackwing Chris the Crack of Dawn. He is one of my personal favorites. As well, you can only special him once per turn, as long as you control yet again another Blackwing of different name. And once per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by spell or trap. But it's still affected by some, like, you can book a moon it. But, like, if someone activates Dark Hole, you'd have to use, like, 2 to get rid of him. He's personally one of my favorites. And the last monster we got is Shirako the Dawn. I keep him at 2 because, well, he's pretty useful. Now, he's a level 5, so you have to tribute for him, or if you get him first turn, your opponent normal summons, as long as your monster controls a monster and you don't, you can normal him. Yeah, he's fun. And the fun part about his effect is, You can add the attack of all Blackwings on the field to a single Blackwing, and when that one attacks, all the attack points of all Blackwings are in that one monster. This is even affected. That's broken because if you use it in a mirror match, it even has the attack of your opponents. I know. Alright, so those were the monsters. Now let's get into the traps. This deck is very trap heavy. First off, let's look at the best trap of them. Black Sonic. Black Sonic is like Dimensional Prison and Mirror Force had a baby. It banishes all attack position monsters as long as you control a Blackwing. And if you control 3 Blackwings, you can activate this card from hand. Next off is Delta Crow Anti-Reverse. This card, just as long as you control a Blackwing, you can activate this, and then it destroys all face-down cards your opponent controls. And as well as if you control 3, you can activate this from hand. Call the Haunted, for obvious reasons, just bring back a Blackwing. And if you use this on Chris and someone MSTs it, that Chris stays. Can't be destroyed by trap, even your own. Icarus Attack, tribute a Winged Beast, and destroy 2 cards. Bottomless Trap Hole, because, well, it's Bottomless Trap Hole. Summon normal or special, someone summons a 1500 or attack higher monster, destroy it, then banish it. Fiendish Chain. Yeah. I'm trying to maybe get rid of this. Scrap Iron Scarecrow. It just protects you from one attack per turn, then flips back face down. Now, people will tell me to get rid of this, but I keep Windstorm of the Equita because this card has saved my butt in duels way too many times. It just changes the battle position of all monsters your opponent controls. Yeah. And Trap's done for the rest of the turn. All trap effects are negated. Now for the spells, I've only got 6. The first one is Black Whirlwind. If you do not run this at 3, I will personally come there and smack you. This card, whenever a Blackwing is normal summoned, you can add 1 Blackwing with less attack than the one of the normal summon. So you normal Bora the Spear, you add a Blackwing with 1600 or less attack to your hand because Bora has 1700. And the fun thing is, if you have all 3 of these out, you get a triple search. This is why this card is so fun. Always try to get this card first turn. Allure of Darkness. Now you can only run this card at 1. What you do is draw 2 cards, and then you must banish a dark monster. But if you can't banish one, then you discard your whole hand. 2 MSTs. I don't have to explain this. Extra deck, I run 2 Armor Master, because Armor Master cannot be destroyed by battle, and it takes no battle damage. His wedge counters, I choose not to talk about, because I barely use them. Armed Wing, attacking and defense. Armed Wing, or as my friends call him, Shotgun Chicken, attacks a defense position, gains 500, and it inflicts piercing. New one, Blackwing Tamer Obsidian Hawk Joe. Bring back a level 5 or higher Winged Beast. And then as well, if someone... Yeah, I get confused. Look him up. I really don't like to explain it. No Thung. The Starlight, again, a new one from Return the Bling. This guy will first off burn your opponent for 800, and then decrease the attack and defense of a monster your opponent controls by 800, and allows you to conduct a second normal summon. Have fun with Black Whirlwind with him. Then we got Clearwing Synchro Dragon. I really can't explain his effect well, so just look him up. The Suicide Bomber Black Rose Dragon. Just nukes everything. Xyz monsters. Number 49. I really don't use them, but I try to. During standby phases, you can increase your life by 500, and then disattach an overlay unit to save his at. Ice Beast Zero Fine, negate the effects of all cards your opponent controls, and gain 400 for every face-up card. This guy rocks. I'm going to replace this for 4 strengths, but I keep a Rise Falcon in there, a Radioactive Rise Falcon for now. Diamond Dire Wolf, tribute tribute a Winged Beast, Beast Warrior, or Beast Monster, and destroy a card your opponent controls. And number 66, Master Key Beetle. Just protect a monster from card effect. And that is my Blackwing deck profile. If you guys want to ask me to do some tiny editing, I will. But right now, I'm going to keep my deck like this. Recommend. What do you guys want to see me do next? Performer Pal, Gear, or Fluffle? Because those are the decks I got built. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Logan in the Kingdom. Signing off.